you could buy, sell Bitcoin 1,000 times on Christmas Day if you wanted to. And that's like, no, don't do that. You'll ruin your life. When you all find out who's behind Bitcoin, I know, and it's not good. Just this long ass, like, basically one-way trip into the woods with no streetlights, like
one way.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No one made it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
It's a couple of fellas coming at you.
Episodes low 70-something.
That's correct. 73.
Probably.
Or maybe 4, depending on if we get to that Discord thing you're talking about.
We'll take bets, dude.
Okay, well, I'm saying 73 because I don't think we're going to get to the Discord thing that soon.
Yeah, probably not. Well, here's the thing, though. If we do get to it, do we put it before this one? We'd have to, otherwise the bet's moot.
That means you'd have to edit it and get it out in time. If you're like, I got this week's, dude, and bam, it's the Discord that goes up. Well,
yeah.
Shit, you just won the bet for yourself.
Discords are easy to edit, too.
It's on you to do the work to win the bet. It's. I like this because it's not up to chance. It's does Steve do the work.
So you edit this one, and I will edit the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if we get a second one done today, you edit that because I had a string of 3.
Okay. I'm sure everyone at home loves this.
I spent at least 45 minutes of the editing on those 3 just putting in Easter eggs about how many I had to edit in a row. Or like notating the comments where we're like, this is Steve's.
Yeah.
Or we're giving Steve a lot of extra work. Or you say, I'm giving myself extra work.
Right, of course.
But in fact...
Oh my
Twaint.
goodness. Twaint indeed. Happens to the best of us. Get a little too big for our britches, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So how you been, you big britch Twaint?
Dude, I've been doing pretty good. I did speak too soon on the last one that we recorded when I said by the next one I will be moved into this house.
Oopsies.
I got a little bit too hubristic. My ego got the better of me, I would say, and
thought yourself a homeowner.
Yeah. Really called my shot and didn't quite pan out. But you know what? Life goes on. It's happening. So
next
soon.
1 week, right? 1 week delay.
That's what
supposedly.
Fingers crossed, man. But yeah, this should be the last delay.
Okay. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything to christen it? Like throw a bottle of champagne at the side of the house?
Probably not.
Like a ship?
There's like a child living in the other unit. Like, I don't know how rowdy we're getting. Yeah. Make it sparkling apple cider or whatever.
Yeah, set up some fireworks to signify your entrance to the air. To the
Welcome, the clowns have arrived. Yeah.
Put up all of your inflatable holiday decorations just to welcome yourselves home.
Yeah, be blaring music all day until it is technically disturbing the peace hours and cut it off right then so I can't get in trouble. Be an absolute menace to the neighborhood.
That's a great way to ingratiate yourselves with your neighbors. I
really
you should
think
do this.
So. It's such a quiet little town.
Nice. Is it like a... describe the area to me. Is it a crowded suburban little area?
Dude, it's like you drive through the woods for like 15 minutes and then all of a sudden there's this like small stretch of civilization.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds kind of sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of in like the middle of nowhere, pros and cons with that kind of stuff. But yeah I'm excited though. Yeah.
People will think you more Bundy-ish when you invite them over.
Yeah, exactly. A little more dude, I feel like we had that problem when we lived at school. Yeah, dude. Because it was the same kind of thing. It was like off a main road and you're just driving.
There's 3 roads off a main road.
Yeah, but like just this long ass, like basically one-way trip into the woods with no streetlights. Like
one way.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No one made it back. Yeah.
Yeah. No one. Yeah, exactly. I've only ever seen that road one way, but yeah, it's definitely creepy and like not suspicious,
in an endearing way. Like, he's kind of endeavoring to be a hermit early in life. I like the trajectory this guy's on.
Yeah, I'm so far away from civilization. How perfect. Where's the nearest police station?
Yeah, right. I blanked on the Lil Dicky line that Ubers are not around here.
Oh, Ubers are not around here. Oh, Lyft gonna come, but they real slow. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was looking for. Exactly, yeah. No service, no Ubers.
Yeah, Tough life.
Got to drive yourself.
Dude, hard pivot. Have you ever had? Did you like ever have orthodontial work done?
No.
No, you lucky bastard. Dude,
I feel that.
When I was like younger, I went through like the ringer with like orthodontist stuff. So like I had like the palate expander, which
the outside the head retainer.
No, I didn't get quite that deep into it.
You got that Jimmy.
Are those still real?
Not still.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Okay. So no, I didn't have that because it was not real even at that time. But
I think not.
Then I had a retainer, and dude, you know how I can be forgetful with things. That's why my phone and wallet are a single item now. It's like otherwise I would lose it all the time, like I used to. Dude, my retainer was one of those things, and that is something you put in your mouth all the time. And so there had been multiple times where I left it like when I was eating just wrapped up in a napkin or something, and it would get thrown out, and I'd have to like dig through actual garbage, like nauseatingly disgusting, like kitchen/cafeteria lunch, like where kids think it's cool to pour their milk in before they drop the carton, like
oh my
through that
God,
shit to
dude.
find it. But the worst.
How is that not a single lesson one time?
Dude, the worst time, I will say, was I did aftercare as a kid. Not because my parents
were neglectful.
Yeah, but because I had a bunch of friends in it, and me and Chris were like, Mom and Dad, can we please do aftercare? And they're like, yeah, sure, if you want. So yeah.
All right, yeah.
And it was lit. Aftercare was honestly awesome.
It sounds like it would have been a great time.
You're just hanging out with your friends more. Everyone does their homework there. There's like a time for that.
That's great.
Which was nice.
Just get it done. Bite the bullet.
And dude,
then
like
chill, then go home.
Dude, the counselors were dope too.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
I want to do that now.
And they would give you
Can
snacks and stuff. Like they give you like Nilla wafers and orange juice and shit. Like
that doesn't sound like the best combination.
Yeah, but it's just like an after school snack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
not those two together.
Whatever it was. But dude, I remember, quick tangent. There was this one counselor at aftercare. His name was Nick. And
the hottest one?
No, dude, not the hottest one, but he was an artist. Like he could draw incredibly well. With like just pencil and paper. And so we would just ask him to draw things all the time. Like
Bulbasaur.
We'd be like, can you mix Diamond Head and XLR8 from Ben 10? And he'd be like, yeah, I could do that. And he would just like do like all these like custom creations, like these amazing drawings for us.
That's pretty amazing.
Or just like, can you draw Darth Maul for us? And like, just like, he would just go at it. I wish I saved his drawings.
The blending is very impressive to me. To be able to like visualize a mix
they were
of traits and then put it.
Cool and creative, dude.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really impressive.
And we could even tell him like specific things, like, but I want it to kind of look like this and this and this, and he would try to work it in.
To do that on the spot is unbelievable. Like it's cool when you see fan art that combines people or like has one character from a game or show in the art of a different.
Right.
But to do that by suggestion live is so impressive.
Right.
Wow.
Dude. And the thing about it was there was like a line of kids. Like you had to wait your turn to get your drawing from him. Like, but yeah, anyway, so I was in aftercare and we would have our snacks or whatever, and I would take out my retainer. And one time I like got all the way home after aftercare. My parents had picked me up and I couldn't find it.
If you will.
And I couldn't find it. And it was very clear that I had left it at aftercare. Like there's no way I would have taken it out. Like I didn't remember having it like at home, whatever. So that night, me and my dad drive back to my elementary school and we're looking, whatever. It's clear that all the trash has been taken out to the dumpster. And so we
ordered a new retainer.
Go over to the dumpster. My dad puts me up in there and I'm throwing garbage bags out to him. Here's the kicker though. We went through almost nearly every single garbage bag in there because we threw them all out into a pile. So the ones that were on bottom ended up on top. I lost this retainer at aftercare. It would have been one of the last bags thrown in there.
Guys.
And it was like, there was maybe like 3 or 4 bags left at the time. And I finally
you went through, opened
every other one, in the whole like big ass dumpster.
How many hours did this take?
I don't remember. A long time. And then eventually, there it was. I found it in one of the trash bags.
Could you estimate how many bags you went through?
I mean, average like school dumpster size.
Because school trash cans are the big barrel ones,
Yes.
right? That's big bags.
Yeah.
Each bag has probably hundreds of items, like 150, 250 things of trash, like meals of trash. Some more items individually.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a whole day's worth of like school lunches and
Mother fricker.
things, yeah.
Did your dad help, or did he mostly make
helped.
you do it as a lesson?
I think he helped. I want to say, I'm pretty sure he helped. I'm going to say he helped for the record. Because I'm not going to cast him in that light in case.
You know, man, I appreciate frugality, but there are some times where I think it's worth the money. And in that case, might have been worth a call to see if they have the mold on file and can just make another one.
Yeah, and just wait a couple days.
I don't know that was worth it ultimately. I
don't know if
Did you lose it again after that?
Never permanently.
But like lost it again after that.
Yeah, probably.
Then I don't think it was worth it. It didn't drive the point home in any important life-changing way.
Yeah.
Certainly it hasn't cured you of your forgetfulness of
I mean, I
items.
never forgot it that badly again.
I guess maybe that's would you have, but I think not worth. I think I'm settling not worth.
I think it's worth it for the story at least. I'm glad I fucking did it,
well,
dude.
Here we are selling it out.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Trying to make some cash on it.
Thousands of dollars you're going to make off of just that tale. Yeah. That was 7 minutes of story.
Yeah.
Do you know how much your time is worth, Steven?
Probably $1 billion for those 7 minutes, I would say.
That's a lot.
In the long run, like once we merchandise it and everything, like DumpsteRetainer, and all our fans are going to be like, yo, DumpsteRetainer, you're like, you're a Couple of Fellas fan.
We want to make stick, huh?
Yeah. It's at least a title.
Yikes, bro. Okay, yeah, we can put the DumpsteRetainer on our next album. That can be our logo.
Yeah. But and then I had braces. That was kind of buns, not as bad as a retainer, obviously.
Doesn't seem great.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I was bad about it, and I would
like
still
flossing through them.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't start flossing till I was, I think, 24 years old, maybe 25.
Steven, how old are you right now?
25.
Okay.
Yeah. Somewhat
Making
recently.
sure that's clear.
Like within the past year. I think it might have been like, no, it was right before COVID started. I started flossing.
Okay, look at you.
I didn't need COVID as a booster on that one. I figured that one out on my own. Pretty proud.
Very nice.
Absolutely. Proud flosser to this day.
I floss every day, but the trade-off is I often brush my teeth just once a day. Sometimes twice a day.
Yeah.
But always at least once, and I always floss.
See, yeah.
And I do like the full 2 minutes of brushing, so it's a very good one.
Yeah.
But not always twice a day.
Okay. Yeah. I'm much more likely to skip flossing, dude. It takes too long when I'm tired. It's
takes
too
less
long
time
and like
than brushing.
No.
It takes 35, 45 seconds to floss. It takes 2 minutes to brush.
Are you like getting in there and really like rubbing down the sides every time?
Each side. I paid attention to how the dentist assistant person hit my mouth so quick, and that's my strategy. It's a little more aggressive, but they stopped bleeding.
Oh, dude, I haven't been to a dentist in a hot minute.
Since
before I started flossing.
3 times in the last year, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to have like a tooth shaved down. It was
slicing
up the inside of my tongue a lot.
You had a reason to go. Were the other times just regular checkups?
And then follow-ups. And I'm going again in 3 weeks because of like some shaping or filling or whatever, my jaw doesn't quite fit right, and because of that I'm having all of those clicky jaw problems that have plagued me forever. So before my jaw starts locking and I have to eat all my food through a straw.
Oh no, your worst nightmare. Your personal
We're going to try and reshape some of the middle molars and see if my jaw fits better and it fixes the problem before I have to try and get surgery to fix it, which would be a fucking bummer.
Yeah, that would be a bummer. You'd be like Kanye West. Although when he had his mouth wired shut, he recorded the song Through the Wire, and that was like an absolute banger. It's the first song on his first album.
I guess I have to start my rap career.
Exactly, dude. Start writing some lyrics about having your mouth wired shut. Go big.
I can't imagine
the You can call it Through the Wire Part 2.
A licensed Kanye.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. Through the Wire Junior.
Man, even with all of the YouTube tutorials and piratable software and licensable or free to use music and stuff out there, I don't think that any amount of time I would be able to produce a good song. Not like a single song. I think at best it would be mediocre and just like beats and melodies that I've ripped from other places. Like
Right.
I do not think that I would be able to compose, even with like synthesizer or digital instruments.
Right.
I don't think I would be able, I don't think I have it in me to produce like a good piece of original music.
Do you think you could write lyrics for a song?
I think only things that are deliberately parody or like
Yeah.
caricatures of
Wow.
a genre. I don't think that I would be able to be genuine.
Put
or
your heart
sincere.
on a piece of paper.
I don't think I would be able to do that in a way that isn't so cheesy to me that I lean into it and it becomes a caricature of itself. I think that's the only song I would be able to produce.
Right, right.
Yeah. It's just I cannot see myself succeeding in that way.
What about if you made like, I don't know. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of like fun songs that don't draw on trauma. Like if you think of like,
Oh, there's plenty.
yeah, exactly.
And they're like that would be definitely what I would
like an AJR type.
yeah, maybe be best suited to. A lot of those have like
Some of them
heavy
do,
and
but
sad,
not all
but
of them.
that's true. They all sound happy.
Yeah, that's true.
The lyrics not all line up with that.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
like
no, there's happy music, there's peppy music, there's kids boppable
but
music.
still then you think you'd have to go for deliberately like joking or satirical
Well, it would be
or ironic.
at the least it would be 110% of happy. Like it would be too much in such a way that like it might as well be deliberately over the top of that. Like it's
Right, right.
yeah, I don't think I would be able to nail the fine balance and have a genuinely good piece of music. I don't think so.
Dude, you got to get on Rap Chat. It's so easy over there.
Yeah.
I made some fire
My
music on
mom's
Rap
doing
Chat
my
too.
taxes.
Yeah, dude.
Did she do your taxes this year?
My father did,
Oh,
luckily.
that's very nice.
Yeah, well, TurboTax did them, but yeah.
Did it myself for the first time this year.
How'd it go?
Fine.
Yeah.
I just paid for the online service that walks you through it like a fucking baby.
Oh, nice.
It's like creating your character as a baby in Fallout.
Yeah, yeah,
About
yeah.
the same difficulty.
Nice.
Not bad, yeah. A lot of extensions too, which is good.
Mm.
Although all that late diddling around I've done on the stock market, I think might make next tax season a little shittier.
Mm.
We'll see when I get the tax documents.
Oh, right.
Like, oh, I haven't been factoring that in. I need to math that into the gains I'm targeting,
Dude,
more diligently.
as I look more into like investing and just like generally good habits in investing, there's this ad that comes up on my YouTube a lot. It's for Webull, you know, the trading platform. And
I
it's just
downloaded
this
it
guy
and
in
have
a
a platform, but I don't use it yet.
It's just this guy in a suit saying like, you could buy, sell Bitcoin 1,000 times on Christmas Day if you wanted to. And that's like, no, don't do that. You'll ruin your life if you're just constantly just trying to buy and sell the dips of Bitcoin 1,000 times in a, like, obviously hyperbole, but like if that's your plan to make money, just like keep anticipating rises and falls, which nobody can do.
That sounds horrible.
Exactly.
Well, there's like,
it's like, this
I don't
is
know.
such terrible advice, and this is what investing has come to after r/Wall Street Bets was right once. And this is what investing is now.
It's the new hit mobile game.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, dude. Investing.
It was Flappy
oh my
Bird.
God.
Then it was PUBG.
Yeah.
And now it's Robinhood and Webull.
Exactly. And now it's the stock market and cryptocurrency, dude.
Not to say
yeah.
I don't have money in both of those.
Yeah,
but-
right. And it's good to have money in them. But yeah, just I feel like the way I was interacting with it for a short time was like clearly unhealthy.
Yeah. Yeah. It was that like February, March wildness
Yeah, exactly.
where everyone jumped in and
Yeah.
shit went nuts.
But to be fair, I'm very glad I went through that phase.
I learned
Because
without too much cost.
Exactly. I kind of got out like pretty much scot-free and like
I broke out basically neutral on the whole deal.
yeah, pretty much. Exactly.
Since then I've been positive, but we're
Yeah.
much more much calmer, and I'm also trying to keep in mind the piece of advice that if you're hearing about it from people, from your friends or from Reddit or whatever, do not jump in. It is too late.
Right,
Like,
right.
If it's in the buzz, that's not the time to jump in on the stock.
Mm.
Almost always.
Right.
And the few times that I've done that, almost every time I've listened to anyone except my stepdad, ex-stepdad, except him, I think every other single person's like stock advice has gone negatively for me.
Right.
So I am no longer listening to other people when
Yeah.
they say, "Hey, get this stock."
Yeah, because they never know as much more than anyone else.
Nope.
Yeah. But yeah, things like options now, I'm like glad. I'm glad I didn't get that deep into it.
I'm
like that's for some people, and I know people who have made money
Yeah.
that way, but no way. Do I think I like know the markets that well that I can name a date, you know?
I set myself up, like I now have all of the crypto exchanges, except one that I still need to get to, but I'm waiting on a proof of address bill to come in, and then I'm good. But I have all the accounts, and I can trade, and I have all of the wallets for the coins I'm interested in, and I have options approved on my stock account, but I'm not doing anything more with it.
Right.
And I'm also not putting any more in. Like there is enough chunk of change. I will now move around what is in it, but I'm not paying into it anymore. Like I found the healthy line to stop here for good financial health. And that's my plan right now.
Nice.
To not get pulled into any more fucking whirlpools of speculation on Wall Street bets,
dude.
Or in the group.
Yeah. It's all about holding.
Hodling, yeah.
Yeah, basically.
ADA, the one thing I'll push.
Yeah.
I saw that I believe it was Ethiopia, I think. But big African country just signed a deal with Cardano and the developing team to integrate like a countrywide project with that cryptocurrency.
Wow.
Yeah, if that's going to become the flagship country or currency for a whole country and maybe others, I'm telling you, this is the fucking coin. This one's built for stability.
This is Wakanda.
That's my hodl. That's in a hard wallet on my computer, staked to stuff for long term.
Right. Absolutely.
Doing my part to bring crypto revolution to the world.
Decentralize the power.
Yeah. Yeah. That's also kind of interesting that there is like you didn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, have you?
No, I did not.
It's pretty good, but not to spoil too much, one of the antagonist groups kind of have this mission of no borders, no countries type deal.
Globalists.
Yeah. And I think
or anarchists maybe more.
Either or, but in that general sphere, I think it's interesting that there are themes of that tied to cryptocurrency, and not necessarily in like the direct effects or implementation of it, but certainly in some of the ideals behind the driving forces and some of the ideals of some of these individuals driving the change. It's interesting that there kind of is this push towards anti-nationalism tied into a technological and financial revolution. I don't know. It certainly doesn't mirror, you know how history repeats itself? I think not the year 2000 as a pretty cutoff, but sometime in the last century, we entered a period where the themes might repeat themselves, but history is not quite repeating it. Like there is very much novel shit now. There is the repeating mill of history, the wheel turning, but then there are also things that are very unique in very deep societal global scale ways that are just like wholly new. And one of them is that kind of interplay between just the way that people interact and the way that economies function, which traditionally drives nations and international politics. Like economies for the most part do drive global politics. And as like, what if cryptocurrencies become decentralized enough and fluid enough between them that there doesn't need to be a single cryptocurrency that the globe uses, but that it is basically free flow between them, such that as long as your funds are in crypto, you can access and use it basically anywhere on basically anything. Like, how much does that impact the structure of governments if all finances become basically not subject to government control in that way?
Right.
I think that is unprecedented, especially on a worldwide scale.
I think that there's two ways that crypto can go, one of which both have their pros and cons. I think that there's the kind, and to see which one becomes the biggest, or if maybe both continue to rise and rise. But the one kind where everything is traceable through the blockchain, like every purchase can be checked by every person, or the type that are stealthy, that are untraceable, which lends to your privacy. Like not everybody, like, you know what I mean? You keep your privacy, but also
there's definitely reason to not want everything you purchase or do with your money to be tied to a public ledger.
Right. But you also want to see in, large scale be able to trace whose money is going to who in like corporations to governments
Politics,
to like
yes.
other organizations and things like that. Like that's good to know, and it's all true. Everything you're gonna read is going to be a true exchange. Like you can't fake it.
What an industry it will be just processing that blockchain information and turning it into consumable information for the public.
It's going to become such a mess the way things are wired through different channels.
Calling it right now, if you have excellent communication skills and the ability to access and understand blockchain technology, like bridging that gap is going to be so incredibly in demand. You will become a millionaire just off of being a news correspondent if you can crush those two skills.
It's going to be the next big like college major is just studying blockchain like science.
That's going to be huge. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I bet that's one of the fastest growing is cryptocurrency and DeFi stuff. And
oh wow, yeah.
I bet that is where a lot of new hires are going, a lot of university investments are going, a lot of effort and personnel hours into developing a curriculum. Like, I bet that's happening.
Right.
It would be so fucking interesting to, maybe in med school, if I'm allowed to, in some of the schools that I'm applying to, the curriculum allows a lot of flex time. And in some of those flexible periods, in part of the extracurriculars that you can do, you can get other majors or sit for classes in other schools affiliated. And it would be really, really cool to sit in on one or two like cryptocurrency type on a technical level. I would be really, really interested to understand that.
Yeah.
Especially because then if I understood it enough, I hopefully would be able to start seeing how that technology could apply to things beyond the current cryptocurrency and like proof of origin, proof of stake stuff.
Yeah.
The way that people are developing it into like nation building technologies and ways to, I don't know, there's deeper shit happening, you know, and I'm sure people are integrating AI and how could this impact the world of medicine and healthcare? I'm sure somehow.
I wonder if you could just walk into a college level course like that, or if that would be like a 300 level like class. Like you have to have such like a background in like, I don't know, computer science already to like, as a prerequisite. I wonder.
I would imagine that both courses are being developed.
Okay.
Probably, I bet that there are entry sit level, especially because there will be a draw, at least at a good number of institutions, for non-traditional students to sit for those. Like there are lots of schools that have programs where business people can come in and sit for courses or seminars or a second degree or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I bet that there is an impetus for universities to both be able to provide the in-depth, super technical, like you're going to be building this type of education, and the type that is more accessible.
Yeah.
Like, well, it helps for somebody who's involved in the finance world.
That's
to
what I'm
take
saying.
a 1,000 followed by a 2,000 level, like a 2-part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a finance class in crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However much that blends tech, I don't know.
Right.
But what interests me is how that will get built up, because although there are a lot of people getting into it, it seems like it's a lot of self-starter, startup, young, engineering types. Like, where are you pulling the professorial staff from to teach crypto development?
Yeah.
It feels like that's a narrow pool. I don't know. Maybe there's enough money being invested that will draw crypto developers to become professors. You can get benefits, teach part-time, develop part-time. But
yeah, get grants for your
most of what I've seen and what I've been digging into for crypto stuff, and then the development teams I see, they're not academics doing this in the part-time, you know?
Right.
So I wonder if...
But the thing is, like, there are enough people who know enough about it, for sure. Like, there's enough experience with it because...
But you also need to know it enough to explain it and teach it and deliver it. Like...
Maybe.
To understand it enough to answer the homework question, but not to answer, like... to the next level doesn't make you a great teacher.
I feel like, yeah, but I feel like sometimes I feel like I've had professors who were clearly there for their research first and then to teach second.
Especially,
and I feel like you could find like guys who know crypto well enough to be that asshole professor. I feel like you can get that
probably
degree.
But where's the draw in that, especially if crypto is exploding in such a financial way? Like most of these guys who are getting in on the ground level of things that do pop off are becoming millionaires.
Right. I mean,
do you want to be a teacher?
I mean, but a lot of them aren't. And like
it's
a steady paycheck, and you can get like university funding to continue your research and like into it.
I just wonder where that is, because this is, I mean, a question in terms of the draw of academic careers versus other fields for
Right.
basically every major, every path of
Yeah,
study.
yeah, exactly.
I just think that in the case of crypto, it is
so wildly lucrative.
it's so far to it's maybe the most extreme that I could think of where a university might be struggling to find candidates for that because it is lucrative. The pool of people who tend to be well versed in this are not very well overlapped with the demographics that generally go into being professors. Like I think that startup engineering mindset is not usually the ones that go to academia. I feel like, not that it doesn't work, but I wonder/bet that is an area where universities are struggling to hire enough, and with the quality that they're targeting, more so than other areas.
Dude, there was a video I saw on like an Instagram reel, I think, and it was some like billionaire guy. I don't remember who it was, but he was saying, like, sitting in front of this like audience or whatever with an interview, and the guy's like, "What do you think about like Bitcoin?" And he's like, "Let me tell you, when you all find out who's behind Bitcoin, I know, and it's not good. And when
Zuckerberg.
everyone finds out who's behind Bitcoin, it is going to plummet to 0 in a millisecond."
Adolf Hitler.
And he's like, and I know who it is, and I'm telling you. But like, he doesn't say who it is. It's like, what is this guy like?
Buy my book.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like,
I want to know who he thinks this is.
I don't think he thinks it's anybody. I think he's just like, I don't know.
An anti-Bitcoin prophesizer.
Yeah, he's just maybe, or maybe
he's big into gold.
Maybe he has some like his own motive in like bringing the price of Bitcoin down so he can get in. Who knows? Like,
goober.
But yeah, he was. I could, thinking back, I feel like he was definitely putting on an act. But in the moment, it's like, yo, is this guy like for real right now? Like, is it that bad?
Who do you think I don't know if there's anyone that could make something currently worth 60,000 drop to 0.
Right.
If you literally proved that Hitler had been kept alive and was the developer behind Bitcoin, it would dip, and then people would buy the dip, and it would shoot up to new highs. Like, it's not gonna. I don't think it would tank it. Yeah. I don't think there's a person that you could name that would tank it like that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how that works anymore.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just like it'll hit enough people. No, I don't think. Yeah, right.
It's not like it's a piece of art tied to a creator. It's not an R. Kelly song, and they're like, "Wait till I tell you the truth of what happened by this individual." Like,
I can separate the crypto from the artist.
Yeah,
especially
full
when
of
that is
shit.
worth $60,000 a coin.
Yeah, pass. Dude's full of shit. Nothing.
Yeah, funny stuff.
Shoulder's still a little sore, but Monday, 2 days from now, I finish PT.
Okay.
And then maybe a couple weeks later, I'll go back to EMTing. It's not quite 100. I have the full motion, but snowboarding.
Are you going to put it like through the ringer before then, do you think?
I am starting to do more exercisey stuff.
Nice.
Got to build up some. Maybe I'll just inject some steroids into my shoulder.
Not a terrible idea, dude.
You wonder, right? Like, fly me down to Argentina. I'll get some stem cells. I'm getting pretty close to like, I might just have to dump all of my Bitcoins and go down and get some medical procedures done.
Oh, yeah.
Come back looking like the Hulk.
Wait, yeah, I don't know if it'll work that fast unless you're talking about like weird ass plastic surgery and synthol. But like,
that's what I want.
Okay,
yeah. And that's what's gonna help all my injuries.
I want it to just stay like that forever without me ever touching it.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I Botox my shoulder, it won't hurt anymore, right?
It'll just be paralyzed. Yeah,
it'll be beautiful
forever. It'll stay young as I grow old.
Cheekbones.
Its clavicles will be fleeky. You know what I'm saying?
I was going to say you should animate something for that. I don't know what, but something. And then I realized it's mine to edit. So,
dude, there was
me.
So I don't know if you know this. Girls are very... one thing that girls care a lot about in their look is their collarbone. At least I hear that from girls sometimes.
I feel like that matters.
And I was...
The dip of the shirt.
Collarbones
are a thing.
You know when you're on like Instagram or TikTok or whatever, it's just like these like...
Scoping out them bones.
Just these girls who are like, super good looking and like... just post amazing, like that's like a whole career basically now.
Yeah,
is being hot online.
It's a very popular career choice, I think.
There was one girl I saw like that, and one of her videos was a close up of her collarbone. Someone poured some like cornflakes into it, and then like milk, And like it wasn't very deep. It was like maybe like 5 cornflakes and like a little splash of milk on top. But I guess this was a flex that she has very defined collarbones. Welcome to 2021, motherfucker. This is hot
Cornflake
now.
challenge,
Yeah.
baby. Let's find divots on our body. We can eat cornflakes.
Yeah, exactly. Divots are in, dude.
Just like, right there in the the shoulder crack.
Exactly. Yeah. Have you ever has this ever been
What the fuck?
Yeah, has this ever been
Does remind me of something I saw my dad do when I was young.
which was what?
Lay down on the ground, open his mouth, pour milk in, and then let our dog lick milk out.
What? He should be on TikTok for that. Oh, my
I bet he'd
goodness.
still do it, except his back is so fucking bad. Laying down and getting up is too much of an ask.
Dude, for 1 million views and $1,000, I bet he'd do
He
it.
could get sponsored by some milk company.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Nate Dogg got the truck full of fucking ocean spray.
That's not milk.
Yeah, but he had fucking cranberry juice in his video.
Oh, right. I thought it was a
Corollary.
dairy connection. Yeah. Yeah, get some Fairlife.
Cross
up in there.
example.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. True Moo. Sponsor us, True. Actually, that brings us to time to take a word from our sponsor. I fucking bumbled all of this. We're taking a pause.
Bye.
He needs some milk.
Well, it is good to have strong bones
Yes, for sure. Everyone needs calcium in their diet, I would think.
and bones in their diet.
You think so?
Yeah. I did try. I went to visit the friends of an ex who cooked for us when we went to see them. And he cooked like bone broth soup that had like chunk of pork femur and knee, or maybe cow knee in it.
Right.
And you like pick out the marrow and eat it. And I tried and it was pretty savory.
Yeah.
Umami might be the flavor, but
marrow is good.
yeah, but it was, I think you should have bone in your diet.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
Well, speaking of bone in your diet, I'm going to rip this from another one of my a podcast that I heard today, but the question was so in depth, I thought I might as well ask you and get your thoughts on it.
Okay.
So,
Bone in your diet.
yeah, exactly. So, imagine there's this man who's
Making bone broth soup.
whose semen is the most delicious thing that you could possibly taste.
Oh.
But the only way you could consume it is to blow him to completion.
Oh.
Would you? And if you choose correctly, how often?
Well, off the bat, my initial gut response is yes, and at least once. But
You just put up 2 fingers.
well, that was the 2-part question,
Okay.
not the number of times. Subconscious, you know how it is.
Sure. At least once.
That sounds like. But before I go through with that decision,
Yeah.
is there any proof? Is this word of mouth? Is this just him telling you? Like, how did this situation come to present itself?
A couple of your best friends and 2 of your family members have all told you it's true. And these people
Steve.
don't know each other at all. Like, they are completely separate sources.
How good was it?
They say
I'm
it's
asking you.
Oh, it was the best thing I've ever had, yeah.
Fuck.
Most delicious, at least.
A couple of fellas. At least once.
Yeah, I feel like I wonder if you could, like, bring a friend for solidarity.
For emotional support?
Yeah, exactly. Well, not
Is this just a
emotional
threesome?
not- no,
Is
not-
this 2 people giving head, or am I holding in the hand of someone
Yeah,
else?
like you walk into his kitchen and yeah, you just get on your knees and you go
His
for
kitchen.
it. Sorry, his
You can't
restaurant.
like bake this into a cake or something.
his
I-
closet-sized restaurant
There's books of semen-based recipes. We can't like.
can't be improved.
Yeah, but I guess you don't want to take a hit in quality by baking it. That defeats
Yeah,
the purpose. Then you're
exactly.
just eating not the best thing in your life, but it's also semen.
If it doesn't go directly into your mouth, it loses all flavor
All flavor.
Yeah.
Fuck.
completely.
Yeah, I guess you gotta, man.
Yeah, right.
If enough trustworthy sources have confirmed the information.
That's the thing. If it was so normalized that my friends and family were telling me that they've
my
already
friends
done
and
it.
family.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Which members of my family don't listen to this family?
Your uncle and your other aunt.
Who was it in your family that told you?
My uncle and my other aunt.
Oh, okay,
It's just kind of, yeah.
I got to start looking for nieces and nephews for after I.
Oh, no. There is obviously an age minimum to this. Come on.
Yeah, there are people with nieces and nephews older than them. Chill out.
That's true. Do
And
you
also
have one of those?
I'd have to double check how broad the family tree goes,
Oh,
but
okay.
maybe not.
Okay, noted.
Yikes. Yeah, then I guess, and at least the once. Because how are you going to go through life knowing you missed the best thing you could possibly have ever tasted?
Exactly.
I say I like food too much to not.
Yeah. But would it ruin all other food for you? Because you're like, if I want that again.
I feel like there's enough of a tax on that I'm.
Dude, you know what this reminds me of is that episode of Jimmy Neutron where Jimmy invents the best candy ever and the entire town becomes addicted to it.
This is such a vague memory for me. Paint the picture.
Okay, yeah, no, Jimmy he makes what is the best candy ever. It has the perfect blend of every flavor.
I'm following. Yeah.
And yeah, he like brings some to school to have and like to share with Carl and Sheen.
But
then someone finds out about it and the teacher's like, did you bring enough for the whole class?
And
then
he
like
did.
Well, yeah, exactly. He had a whole bag left.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait, you know what, though? Jimmy never actually had one. He brought them in to share before he had one.
Oh, so he was the only one free of the influence?
Exactly. And so everyone else in the class grabbed one and there were none left for him.
That's big brain time.
And they all become these like
candy
fucking
zombies.
like just like drug fiends, basically. Just like, we need more, we love you. Like basically like, we'll do anything.
Yikes. Where are they pulling that inspiration from for this children's show?
And I forget how, but it eventually spreads to like the whole town. Like everyone in the town becomes addicted. And I don't remember how Big Brain Jimmy gets his brain blasted to destroy the problem.
Like a super soft version of Rick and Morty turning everyone into praying mantises.
Yeah, exactly.
On the whole planet.
Yeah, it was G-rated Rick and Morty, basically.
Pretty close, honestly. And Dexter's Lab, similar kind of theme.
Yeah.
Different problems. I have not seen Dexter's Lab in a while, but there was a time in early elementary school where that was maybe my go-to shit.
It was an incredible show.
I need to rewatch some of that.
Yeah.
I need to relive some of that.
The guy who made it, Gendy Tartovsky, he like just did a ton of stuff on Cartoon Network at the time. He also did Powerpuff Girls, and he did Samurai Jack.
How do you have such a... Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's pedigree.
What range, right?
But how do you have such a deep... Also, yes, what range? How do you have such a deep understanding of especially animated show creators, voice actors, and producers?
Dude, something about cartoons, man. Like, they're just so appealing to me. Like, a well-executed cartoon can be anything in the world. You know what I mean?
Hentai.
Sure, it could be. Not exactly my thing, but I've seen it. I've seen it done well.
I can measure your stash of that in gigabytes, not terabytes.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a growing collection. It hasn't quite peaked. But yeah, I don't know. I just fucking love cartoons and stuff, and like I like watching videos about animation and like.
Have you always like were you all through your childhood like a Saturday morning cartoons kid, maybe cartoons before school if you were ready early for some reason?
Cartoons after school, definitely every single day. Like I would get home from school, I'd watch Jackie Chan Adventures, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Followed by Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Wow,
you had a TV guide schedule like memorized.
Just Channel 11 after school, man. That's where you got your anime, and then you kind of just left the TV on, and then you fall in love with Will and Sabrina.
Wow. Yeah, not quite the same experience I had. Although I do remember maybe 4th, 5th grade running home on days where the bus was getting around early because like running across my front yard, because if I turned it on in time, there was like a 40% chance that I would catch the Crazy Frog commercial on Cartoon Network.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like I mean,
I just need my quick
times.
hit of cartoon, man.
And I found out by trial and error, if I turn it on like right then when I get home and it's like whatever 2:15 instead of like 2:20 or later, then I caught like the tail end once and I was like fuck, and then I caught it a few times and missed it entirely when I was like,
that's
all right,
so funny,
like clockwork, they play this shit.
Oh my god, dude, that's hilarious.
I Loved that cracked out little frog man.
Yeah.
I was an
definitely had
ADHD ass little kid.
Dude, I had that
song.
song on my iPod mini back in the day, the Crazy Frog song, and I would bang it and I would sing all the words, of which is ring ding ding, like whatever it was.
Yeah. Ring, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
We don't
just
need to do this. Deeply, but-
exactly, just emulating all the sounds, like
Yeah,
I knew
that
the words
shit.
to the song.
Oh, banana phone, all those stupid fucking internet jingles. I love those. Would you like an apple pie with that?
Dude, but yeah, fucking just watching cartoons, man. And like, I don't know, I kind of just never stopped.
Fair enough.
I want to say maybe
you
I
have,
did
like,
for a time in like middle school to
Big
be
resurgence. Like in high school, were you watching cartoons?
cool. In high
would say
school,
I
I
wasn't.
I got like into anime to the point where I would like watch full shows of anime.
Oh wow, yeah.
That was in high school.
I-
But I always liked it. Like I always watched Zoids and like Dragon Ball when I caught it, and like Yu-Gi-Oh and
Yeah.
and Pokemon every day.
Senior year spring in high school, I watched Breaking Bad, and that was the first show I'd ever like watched through.
Oh yeah.
Like yeah, the like finals week of finals of high school.
Mm.
I was like 18 and a half, and that was like the first time I finished a show.
Right.
And then in college, even then, only sometimes. Like maybe not
Yeah.
till sophomore, junior year did I start. Yeah, like I watched Parks and Rec sophomore year, but I can't name a show that I finished freshman year. I didn't
Yeah.
watch anything. Yeah, I was hugely into TV, obviously, as like a kid, all through
Mhm.
elementary school.
I mean, you love that commercial
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Maybe even middle school, but yeah, then I think all of high school and like half of college at least I was off.
Mm.
Middle school, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Hmm.
Big movie person though. Always been a huge movie person. My
Hmm.
mom is, my dad is. Like you remember that tiny theater down the road from Yukon, 15
Yes,
minutes or
dude.
so?
Yes.
My dad lived 4 minutes from there.
Mm.
So when he moved there, every other weekend we would go spend it with him, and like clockwork, at least 90% of the weekends for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
We would drive down on Friday and then go to Walmart, stock up on food, catch a movie that night.
Yeah.
Half the time catch a movie Saturday also, for years. Like we watched dozens and dozens, like maybe 70, 80, 90 movies in that theater.
Mhm.
And he built up the fucking points card. He has dozens of free tickets and dozens of free
Right,
sodas
right.
and dozens of
He
free
spent them on me before. I felt so like he was so generous.
That
with
was
his
the
free
only time I've
points.
ever seen him spend them.
Oh man.
He still has them all, and
What were we seeing? Because your like whole family came to that, or like your step siblings.
might have
and
been a Marvel movie.
It might have been.
That seems like a good guess.
Yeah, like Spider-Man: Homecoming or something,
Maybe.
or maybe it was
don't
it
think I
Star
saw
Wars?
Spider-Mans
It
in
wasn't
theater.
Star Wars.
It might have been one of the Star Warses.
No,
I
because
don't
we
think
saw
so.
that just together.
And that was the only one of those we saw.
Right.
Yeah, this doesn't make for the best listening, does it? Sorry, friends.
Unless we find it and everyone's triumphant with
Ha-ha!
us. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just gonna say it's a Marvel movie or
Yeah,
a
fair
superhero
enough.
movie at
Yeah,
least.
yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so if you've seen all these friggin' films,
A bunch.
what are some of your like favorite movies?
I will say on the just topical level, Citizen Kane, they found an 80-year-old review from 1941 that wasn't a perfect review, and it dropped its Rotten Tomatoes from 100% to 99.
Wow.
Yeah, that just happened like last week. But I will say I saw that, I think, on a flight, and it was incredible. It was
Yeah.
a really great movie. That is my
Right.
favorite old movie.
Oh,
Casablanca, interesting. I like those
I've
old
never
ones.
seen it.
But I need to dip my toes into more of the classic cinema.
Yeah.
My favorites tend to be more on the modern side, and just like the songs I would create, more on the like fun, over the top caricature. Like I think Deadpool is fucking stellar.
Right.
I think
right.
as entertainment goes, it's over the top.
Mm.
I think Avatar is so fucking mind blowing. I saw that movie in theaters 3 times.
Jeez.
I don't know if I've seen any movie in theaters 2 times.
Okay. There's a couple I have for different reasons.
Maybe on one hand, I've been to double movie showings,
yeah.
but I can't remember
Yeah, I think
any
it's
of
only
them.
been like twice for me.
And Avatar was 3.
Mm.
Like, that movie stands out to me. James Cameron just came out saying that 2 or 3, whatever the next Avatar or the second to next one is going to have, quote, a lot more water. So if he's doing his crazy visionary shit all underwater, that might be pretty.
Yeah. Dude, I what was it? Wait a sec. What were we just on?
Favorite movies and all the movies.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many great ones, man. And for different moods, different kinds.
Oh,
like-
dude, there was this one movie I remember I watched talking about like old movies like Casablanca, like old black and white classics. It's called 12 Angry Men, and we watched it in my law class in high school.
That's famous, and I have not seen it.
Yeah, so it's basically just about a jury who they go into the other room, and the whole film is shot in this one small room with 12 men who all but one of them thinks like pretty much entirely that the plaintiff is guilty. And there's
Defendant?
the defendant. Sorry, not the plaintiff. Yes. Everyone thinks that the defendant is guilty. And there's one guy who's just like not so sure. And it's like this slow, like growing and retracting and like kind of like battling and winning over of like people who think that he's guilty and not. And it's just conversation after conversation in this small room between 12 people.
What was the crime? Claiming that he had the most delicious semen in the world?
Yeah, actually, that's where that hypothetical is from.
That's
No,
crazy. I see
yeah.
why those men are angry. Was it their wives or their uncle and their other
No,
aunt?
they were all completely unrelated to the case. Just
Oh, okay.
yeah, unbiased jurors.
Was the plaintiff the victim, or was it his uncle and his other aunt?
That's a spoiler.
I
can't
gotta
tell
watch
you-
this film.
Yeah, I can't tell you, but yeah, good movie.
That sounds good. That sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
Movies had a different kind of, I don't know, structure and appeal to them.
They just had less to work with, man.
But out of that came like a forced creativity. Like I
Yeah.
feel like there was so much more in the implicit, like in the narrative, in the way, in the choices made, and how the film was captured and presented.
Right.
You know?
Well, they had to figure out clever ways to imply things. You know.
Exactly. I think that necessity being the mother of ingenuity or whatever
Yeah,
played
exactly.
out with that limitation of technology.
Yeah.
Now when you can CGI anything, it's beautiful to look at and it's very entertaining, but I think that's where the critics come in with saying these films are hollow or like devoid of soul.
Right. Yeah.
I understand that. And then sometimes you see a movie project where clearly there's just a different level of like the producers and directors or whoever poured themselves into this. The actors were like sometimes there's things that just stand apart. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, but generally I associate that more with indie films, like small films where
Yes, definitely. Yeah, indie films are generally going to be more experimental.
yeah, but like I don't think I saw it, but what was the one that everybody fucking loved with I think Bill Murray was in it, a bunch of scouts, they like run away.
Oh, Moonrise Kingdom. Yeah.
That's the one. Like Moonrise Kingdom.
Is that a Wes Anderson movie?
Maybe. He
Okay.
has such an yeah.
I love that.
He has a weird style, but I like
Yeah.
him.
He did that one movie about the hotel.
Grand Budapest.
Yeah, great movie.
I watched that when I moved into this apartment and didn't have internet for the first week.
Yeah.
I went next door to the library, got a card, and rented DVDs, not books.
Wow.
Watched them on my fucking laptop.
Dude, yeah, Grand Budapest Hotel, great movie. Such a fun, cute time.
I liked it a lot.
So charming.
I liked it a lot. And he has also The Life Aquatic
I don't know that
with
one.
Steve Zissou. It is a Bill Murray-centric one. Owen Wilson,
Okay.
a bunch of great people.
Yeah.
Very weird, very fun.
Yep.
Recommended it to my mom. She and her boyfriend hated it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. You know,
Molly and I both
Wes
enjoy it a
Anderson.
lot.
Yeah, Wes Anderson isn't for
They're like,
everyone.
this is slow and weird and we don't like it. I'm like, okay.
Okay, fair enough. To each his own.
She wanted more of the modern movie, the one we were just describing as soulless, I think.
Right. No shade, Mama
Live action
Cook.
Beauty and the Beast is more what she was going for.
I see. I see. The movies that I've said before on the podcast make me sad, even though I don't watch them. Just the idea
That they
of
exist?
them. Yeah.
that they're being done like this, or that
That they're being done, kind of. I mean, I guess
that
they
they're being
could be done in a
again,
way
or that they're
Yes.
just being done poorly.
that there's zero creativity that goes into them, basically.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You know what I mean?
It's just like set and costume design, and then
Yeah, exactly. It's all technical work, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm.
On the bright side, Marvel does have an incredible lineup coming out over the next year or two,
Do they?
just based on what they've announced. Yeah, we've got, aside from the WandaVision and the Falcon and Winter Soldier, there's also Loki. Then there's, I think, at least one spin-off. There's Eternals coming out, but then there's also, I think, a series, like New Mutants might be getting, the X-Men are being tied in somehow.
Oh, into like the Marvel proper?
Yep. Deadpool is being tied into Marvel proper. Captain America 4 is confirmed. No, Black Adam is DC, but I am excited for The Rock's work on
yeah.
yeah, they're just like movie after movie. There's a vampire one with Jake Gyllenhaal, Morbius.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming out, and I'm fucking stoked. There's a remake of Blade.
Okay. Who's playing Blade?
Do
we know?
Yes. Oh, gosh. Mahershala Ali.
I don't know if I know who that is.
You'll recognize him if you saw a picture, and he's fucking great.
Gotcha.
It's going to be very good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, all sorts of crazy shit. I think that Iron Man is going, Robert Downey Jr. somehow, and Steve Rogers might be making returns now. There's rumors in some way.
Now they can get $1 billion like single lines.
I guess so, yeah. Like everything was like, yeah, they're really written out. Crazy shit's happened. Like it's actually a weird parallel between, and this isn't really a spoiler, the end of the Falcon and Winter Soldier is like he's Captain America now. And I'm sure you haven't missed Sam with the shield.
Oh, I mean, I know the comics, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what they build toward, but it's weird because like in the universe, it's a whole thing, this transition in Captain. And then also it's mirrored in reality as like, it's a big deal that Jimmy Fallon just showed Anthony Mackie the toy of him as...
Right.
It's just this weird crossover between this universe that they built, having these like real human story arcs.
Yeah.
Not just paralleling, but like running exactly synchronous to the real world story.
Right.
It's so... It was weird. It shocked me when I saw that.
It's like a soap opera almost.
It's weird how it echoes in these true layers. I don't know, man. It's incredible what they've done.
Yeah,
and it's hysterical to look at other studios try.
It's a tough thing to pull off, man.
I've been seeing this recently that studios try and launch these whole like multi-movie universe sagas, basically to mimic what the Game of Thrones success-ish and specifically the Marvel Cinematic Universe. DC has fallen victim to this. They tried to launch like a super multi-movie Universal tried to launch
the Dark Universe.
Yes, with all the monsters. And it started with Tom Cruise's The Mummy for $200-something million. And didn't break even. I think it came in at 409. It needed 450 to break even ultimately. And it didn't. And they had like all the classics were going to come back, like Creature from the Black Lagoon,
Frankenstein.
And like The Thing,
Wolfman.
And they were all going to be tied together. Honestly, I would have loved to see
and
that.
What were they going to have, like a monster movie Expendables at the end?
That would be sick.
Or Avengers, I guess.
Honestly, that project could be done in a really awesome way.
That's kind of what they're doing with Godzilla and Kong right now.
Yeah, but I think the problem is Godzilla's got its own kind of weird timeline and crossover deal going, and I hope they build it out because I like when universes mix, if it's done well.
Yeah.
But what I think the issue is for these studios trying it, and in particular the Dark Universe, is putting the cart before the horse. Like
absolutely,
their plan is this is a piece of a 15-movie multi-year deal.
Yeah.
Instead of saying this is the story that we're telling in this movie, you know, like they're trying to get you invested in a whole universe instead of telling one movie well, like Iron Man did.
Like Iron Man and the
then
first
building off of it in its own piece, like chunk at a time.
I feel like all of those like first go Marvel movies, they were all completely their own movie, and at the very end there was like a little cap
Easter eggs
to like tie them together, and that's like how Iron Man, Captain America, the Hulk, Thor, that's how they all started.
Yeah.
And now they're all kind of like a mess hodgepodge, but they've also earned the right to be like that.
Yeah.
Like that is the goal to build to, where everything can be so fluid through everything else.
They built to it over 14 years.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
didn't say, this is our plan, here's part one.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll hook you into every little part in this first go.
Especially now that there's 1,000 streaming services and things are going to be like part story exclusive with different packages of streaming services.
Yeah.
Like Disney Plus stories are now, if you don't have a Disney Plus membership, you're behind on canonical Marvel stuff.
Yeah. Crazy.
Such as 2021. It's just cable packages all over again. We're back to the same shit.
Yeah.
And you'll see over the next few years as you like bundle more of them.
At least these you can share, man.
Yeah. But it works. Like there's enough of them and they cover enough good quality, different content that I'm paying for at least 2 or 3.
I'm paying for 2 if you count Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah. Like Prime and Disney Plus I'm paying for.
Yeah.
And Curiosity Stream, but that's like $5 a year or something.
Okay.
So that's nothing.
Right.
But and the music subscription. So
oh yeah, and Spotify, yeah, that's another one.
So there you go, $30. That's, I don't know, if I lived in like a household of 4 and was splitting cable, that's basically what I'd be paying.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, I don't know, the costs are adding up. And they
plus the fact that you're
even
paying
with
for
sharing.
internet, where usually those two things would be bundled together.
Yep. Even with sharing,
And maybe your phone is different too, which normally that would be bundled as well.
like I also have Hulu and Netflix and HBO Max and all of
Yo,
those.
you got HBO Max? Yo,
All of those are-
you've been hiding, HBO Max all to yourself.
all of those are other people's accounts that I have signed into.
Yeah, whose account though? Do I know him? Probably. I know everyone. That
I actually
you know.
gotta check. Who do I know?
Who do you know?
Oh wait, that's my dad.
I know that guy.
Yeah, you do.
He uses points on me, dude. We're close. We're like this,
You're
dude.
right.
He used his movie
You
points
should
on
text
me.
him. I'll give you.
He uses that
Yo,
means he wants me to
Len.
watch movies, dude.
You're right.
HBO Max is the big one I'm missing.
It's big.
It
They've
is
got
big as
quality.
heck.
They have first run movies.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, for rent, but still. Like I watched
Still.
Wonder Woman 84
Yeah. Oh, he paid money
at my
for that.
dad's.
Okay.
He paid money for that.
Dude, he's throwing money willy nilly
I
with these
know,
movies.
look
He
at it,
wants
it's
like
crazy.
he's not gonna care if one more
Also,
guy's watching
his
some
plan
movies.
in like 5 years or so, when the step siblings are done with high school, is
Yeah.
to move to I think South Carolina, which would be kind of sick.
Yeah,
nearly
kinda rad.
coastal-ish.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Excuse me, but in the meantime, they're still turning their pretty freaking dope house even pretty freaking doper.
How?
The next plan is, I think in the next month or two,
Yeah,
they're starting with a pool.
nice.
And then once that's in, they are building a deck
Mm-hmm.
and then around it. And then once those things are in and they have a better idea of where they want it, they're putting in a hot tub also
Damn.
in their fenced-in backyard.
Wow,
And
that is
they're
gonna be pretty
re-sided,
fly.
re-roofed, like re-window and doored. Their whole house is. When they move, I think the house is in a good spot, but I don't want them to. It's so fucking cool now. I loved when I lived at home for grad year.
Yeah.
I loved living in that house.
Damn. Yeah, that is pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, the basement is sick.
I don't know. Like, did you ever grow up with a pool? I totally just popped into this microphone there.
Pop lock and drop it.
Yeah.
Low, baby.
Low.
We usually had an above ground pool, like at least the circular. Yeah, usually the circular, whatever,
Mhm.
20-foot, 25-foot Walmart type deal.
Yeah.
Couple $100.
Right.
In the Killingly house, eventually we did build a deck around and put in like one of the permanent above ground pools with like hard sides.
Right. I know
And
the
it was a
type.
pretty big one, but also a round one. But
Yeah.
never in ground.
Okay.
Yeah, never in ground. Kind of often had friends with in ground.
Yeah.
In
Yeah. same.
Florida,
Oh, I always
in
do
Virginia.
someone with one.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
Right.
I think.
Actually, no. I didn't always. Maybe not. No, probably starting in middle school.
I think Dad is doing in ground.
Oh wow. I mean,
think-
in-ground's like
I
the
like it
sickest
better.
thing. Obviously, yeah, it's a better pool.
And it's gonna be right below the deck. And Step Bro is dumb. That's gonna be Jump City.
Oh hell yeah. He's
Oh.
gonna impress some girls doing that, dude.
He's gonna break at least one limb. Money on it.
Hell yeah.
Oh man. He's also kind of a sick athlete. He was like
Yeah.
winning some track meets and also does wrestling and football and baseball.
He wrestles.
Yeah. He's doing like
Can I come like coach at his, or just like
Dude, hell
show
yeah.
up to his school and beat up high school kids?
sounds fun.
Can I just like beat up heavyweights?
Yeah, do it.
Like I hope so.
Let's
that-
put you in contact if you want to guest coach. I'm
Dude,
sure Corona's
yeah.
fine.
yeah, if their heavyweights aren't getting good looks in practice.
I'll put you in contact. Be like,
Maybe.
yeah, I'm friends with beep that.
yeah.
Stepbrother.
Stepbrother.
It's at the very end of it. Oh, at least I'll remember. We almost made it. God
Almost,
dang
dude.
it.
Almost.
It is my God dang it. Now here I am bleeping like fucking
No, but
old
you're
Captain
good. That's what you want to
America.
do, dude. Yeah. No swears on this podcast.
Well, Twaint you.
If I knew what that meant, I would be offended.
No
so.
swears on this one, but I'm swearing on the next one.
Okay.
Catch us on the next one. It's a
Don't be
couple of
late.
fellas.